Hello, what is up guys? It's EvilDuoSarm here today with my first Dauntless video. In this video, I'm going to be giving you my initial reaction to the game, as well as some key things I've picked up on. My experience represents about 3 weeks of play and is by no means a comprehensive summary of everything available in the game, but even still, my experience should help you to decide if this is a game you might want to pick up, especially after the exciting E3 announcement that the player base is now over 10 million players. So as a quick overview, Dauntless is a hub world, instance-based action role-playing game. From the hub world, you select which type of monster or exact monster you would like to hunt, and the game sends you into a random terrain with that monster spawned onto it. You can choose to go it alone, or matchmake from the hub world for you and up to 3 other players who are hunting the same target. The game itself is cross-platform, so you could matchmake with your friends that are on PlayStation or Xbox if you're playing on PC, and obviously any combination of those works as well. Another awesome thing is that your progress transitions between the systems, so if you have multiple systems and want to play on your PlayStation and your PC like I am, you can do it on both and your progress is saved, which is awesome, not having to have 2 accounts. Killing the monster rewards you with upgrade materials, which you use to craft better gear or upgrade your current gear. Picture something very similar to a child that would be created if Monster Hunter and Fortnite had a baby. Now for a bit more detail, we'll start with the character creation. Character creation is straightforward, with enough options for you to create a pretty unique character, and the Fortnite-esque graphics help to keep the character creation process fun. Another awesome feature is that you can change your entire appearance, including gender, anytime you want, so don't feel too much pressure the first time you fire up the game. The monsters you will be fighting will either be a neutral element or have one of several different elemental types. Neutral element monsters are damaged equally by whatever weapon you're using, and your armor will provide you the standard protection versus their attacks. If you fight an elemental monster, you'll have to account for their elements in your gear selection by creating an armor set that is resistant to the enemy element type, while using a weapon that gains a damage boost versus that element type. Failure to do this isn't a death sentence, but doing so will make your hunt so much easier. As far as weapons and armor go, each monster has a different weapon and armor set that can be crafted from parts dropped by that monster during the fight, like if you broke the monster's head or cut off its tail, and as rewards for completing your mission. The weapons and armor you craft from those pieces will have the same element type as the monster they were from, so if you craft a sword made with parts from a fire monster, the sword will have the fire element, increasing its damage versus the ice type. Upgrading weapons and armor is also a very easy task. You gather an item called orbs, which are infused into the piece to increase its damage. These orbs are obtained from patrol missions in which you hunt a specific element type of monster. For example, if you want to upgrade the flame sword, you'll need to do a flame patrol to pick up the blaze orbs to upgrade that sword. Later upgrades require different materials in addition to the orbs. Gear can be further customized by infusing cells, which are rewarded for completing different quests. The cells give you some bonus stats or effects, and certain cells can only be used on certain gear items, adding an additional level of strategy when preparing for a hunt. Weapon selection is straightforward, with only 6 options currently available: the sword, hammer, axe, dual chain commas, pike, and dual pistols. Each weapon has its own unique skill set that differentiates it, and a unique playstyle. From my own experience, they all seem to be pretty equal damage-wise, so it really comes down to which one you like best or can use the best. This is a nice change from so many other games out there where everyone uses the same build. Obviously, some enemies lend themselves to a certain weapon type over the other based on the size, the speed, or if the boss can fly, but for the most part, the weapons feel very balanced. Combat itself is fast-paced and exciting. The bosses all have different characteristics and never seem to settle into a predictable pattern. You'll always be reacting to the boss and adjusting your position or strategy, creating a really engaging experience. Fights themselves will last anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes on average, but fights could take up to half an hour depending on how strong you and your team is versus the specific monster. After half an hour, I'm going to guess the mission fails, however I've never actually had to fight that long to find out. During combat, you have several health pots that you can use to heal, as well as the aether vents that spawn around in the world, from which you can drink to heal as well. Be careful though, because the boss can drink from them as well and heal itself. If you die, you can be revived by your teammates up until a certain point, after which the game prevents teammate revival. However, you do have several self-revives you can do in a mission, which can be used even if the game has locked you out of a teammate revive, so it is best to keep those for when you actually need them. As far as the monetization model in the game, there is a cash shop which primarily sells cosmetics. Also in the cash shop are some potions that increase damage slightly and items that let you craft faster, which really don't impact play too much and really provides convenience more than anything else. There's also the Battle Pass system made popular by Fortnite, in which you get some bonus items for leveling up, which are mostly cosmetic, with a few of the previously discussed cells thrown in, but nothing you can't get for just playing the game, aside from the cosmetics of course. And all in all, that pretty much summarizes the game. Overall, I've been having an absolute blast playing the game, so much so that I even opted to buy the Battle Pass. Matches are at the perfect sweet spot at less than 15 minutes, and crafting a generic set of armor and weapons requires very little time investment, meaning you can play this game on downtime after school or after work and feel like you are accomplishing something. Meanwhile, if you have hours a day to dedicate, you can farm up tons of bosses and craft a never-ending supply of min-maxed gear for hunting things. The combat system doesn't get old and challenges you to get better every time you fight a monster. The user interface is clean and easy to get used to as a new player while offering loads of customization for an experienced player. And the game as a whole really hits the tagline of easy to start, hard to master. I would highly recommend picking this game up and trying it if you haven't already. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video and it helped you to decide if you want to pick up Dauntless, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel for more videos on Dauntless. It would mean a lot to me. Once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next video. Peace.